Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for today's plan with me. This week I'm using a kit from Meow. For the life of me, I cannot remember what this kit is called, so hopefully it will appear on the screen in just a second at the bottom of the kit page. I absolutely loved doing this spread. I really took my time. I used a bunch of it came with that little foil add-on you could see at the beginning, but I used a bunch of stuff that I've collected over the years from Sadie Stickers, Miss and Meow. It was just a dream. It was an absolute dream. The kit itself is gorgeous. Being able to kind of pull in the little dots and snowflakes and they're not ornaments, but the kind of dangling down snowflakes. I went, by my standards, I went crazy with the kind of foil deco little touches kind of thing, which I don't usually tend to put a ton of in every spread. But yeah, I really thoroughly enjoyed it this week, and hopefully you enjoy watching the sort of my idea of a very extra spread. I know there's some really creative people out there that put together the most beautiful things week on week on week, and they have like another level of creativity that I could never sort of dream of going that wild. I like the structure of the columns. I like to have everything lined up nice. I don't think I could push much further out of my comfort zone, but this was fun for me personally. So in terms of the date covers for this week, I ended up using a washi floral strip from the kit, and then Miss and Meow kits have this lovely little kind of scallop, a really dainty thin scallop washi length sticker, and I like to combine that with the floral washi and then put some kind of foil in between. So for this week I used the dainty doily washi, they're not dividers, are they? It's like the dainty doily washi strips from Panda Bird Design. They are my absolute favourite anything ever. I have a big stock of the divider version of the dainty doily stuff, and anything that she makes with the doily pattern, I'm all over it. I think it's absolutely stunningly beautiful. It's so delicate, and it just fits into so many different types of kit. I just absolutely adore it. So that is one of the things that I have stocked up on in my kind of foil purchases that I made a month or so ago. That was one of the things that I knew I couldn't do without. I absolutely adore it, so I'm glad that I stocked up on those. Then I used these paper trail plans, abbreviated days of the week script. These I believe are being discontinued, but they have a really similar script called, I want to say, typewriter script, and I think that might be not in the discontinued section. This was the academic scripts, which I absolutely love, so I've stocked up on those as well before they end up being removed from the shop. And then for the month script, I want to say this was from the Glitter Mama from many years ago, but don't hold me to that because it's a very old script. So this corner, this painful to remember corner, I knew I wanted to use that film reel, what's it called, like a film strip, but I could not, my brain just couldn't figure out how I wanted to incorporate it with everything else. So I just kind of pulled in a bit of a torn strip and put some other stuff behind, and then a couple of snowflakes. I don't love how it came out. It's not my favourite thing, but it's cute enough. I just wanted the film there. What really annoyed me is you're about to see me put down the only gold sticker in the entire spread. I didn't notice it until it was far too late to do anything about it. But there it is, a single gold snowflake. And I took my plan to my husband and I said, spot what I've done wrong when I'd finished the whole spread, and he immediately pointed it out and he said, don't worry about it, it's just, consider it like a fun little Easter egg. And that's how I'm having to view that, because I cannot explain how annoyed at myself I am. I don't understand how I picked up a gold snowflake instead of a silver snowflake, and yeah, I'm just gonna have to get on with life and move on, knowing that there's a gold sticker in that bottom corner. It is what it is. But I love this little, she had quite a big sleigh sticker there with the kind of blankets piled on top, and I really liked that. So I thought I just wanted to make a little kind of moment for that, put some, pretend falling snow with the little dots. And I think this week I used dots from Sadie's stickers, which again are really old, and these are actually on glossy paper, which is kind of annoying. But I refuse to waste anything just because it's not on my preferred paper. I'm trying to figure out why I was doing that diagonally, but it was to make it fit with the journaling box. So I really like how the sidebar ended up in the middle. I just don't love the area that I did with the film strip at the bottom, but it's fine. Everything's fine. So I think I will jump into actual plans throughout the week now, because I don't think I did much else with the base. It's all kit based. So one of the things that I did this week, and I mentioned this on my Instagram post of this spread, is I watched Pride and Prejudice. So the week before, I'd watched one of my favourite films from when I was younger called Bride and Prejudice, which is basically the Bollywood version. It is such a feel-good, fabulous, fun film. It is a really enjoyable film. It's not groundbreaking, but it's fun, and the music is catchy, and it's very sweet. And that just got me thinking, you know what, I really want to watch Pride and Prejudice again. And this is the BBC version from like it's either late 90s or very, very early noughties. And it's Colin Firth as Mr. Darcy. And it's just amazing. It's got an excellent cast. It's very funny. It's obviously very romantic. It's very sweet. It's just excellent. And now and again, every couple of years, I find myself wanting to watch it. And this was one of those weeks after I'd watched Bride and Prejudice. I desperately had the desire to watch the Pride and Prejudice TV series. So I'm glad I watched that. I watched the film many years ago and did not enjoy it. Keira Knightley irritates me, for one. But I just don't feel they did it justice at all. I think Colin Firth is the only Mr. Darcy for me. But yeah, that was a really fun thing to do this week. I've needed kind of home comforts lately with long COVID makes recovery from anything take absolutely ages. And I had some kind of cold or flu recently that resulted in me being off sick from work because I could barely move, and it's just dragged on and on and on. So I'm finally starting to feel a bit more like myself. But oh man, this week that I'm planning, I really indulged in kind of just bundling up at home, and we just kind of took it really easy, and just sort of just made sure that we were nice and warm and just enjoying being at home, really. On the Tuesday, I had to assist with some interviews at work. We do kind of promotion interviews every 6 months to build a talent pool for certain jobs that come up, and then the people who score the highest are obviously first in line for those roles, and they can come back and improve on their score as often as they want to. And yeah, they're really fun to be a part of, because it's kind of fun to hear why people want to be considered for certain roles, and what they would do, what they would change, what they would do differently to how things are being done now in those particular management positions. And that's a really nice thing to be a part of. And then you get to kind of write up their feedback, and sort of write for them what they've done well, and obviously there'll be room for improvement, particularly for the people that don't reach the pass mark. So it's just nice to kind of explain where that went. And then we've put out an offer this time of, if anyone wants to sit down with us and discuss the feedback in more detail, we can, because I think that would be really beneficial. But that was a really lovely day. And the Friday before, I'd done the same, but I was partnered with someone else for the interviews. But it's so lovely just spending a day kind of putting faces to names, and just hearing more about them and the kind of aspirations they have is a really lovely thing to do. And then on the Tuesday, we ended up one of our favourite barbecue places. It's kind of, they do slow cooked brisket, pork, burnt ends, chicken thighs, that sort of thing. It turned out that they'd been added to the Deliveroo for our postcode. And we had no choice but to buy it as soon as we knew it was there. These stickers that I'm putting down, you won't see again at the end because I decided I didn't like it and I replaced it with something else. So, yeah, hopefully you don't like this little pretty lace rectangle thing because it's not going to be there. I decided that the purple and the pink it's too bright for this side of the page because I hadn't really pulled in any of that colour scheme so far, and I decided I wanted to lean towards the more muted browns and greens that were, the browns and greens that were in the kit as opposed to the bright purple and pinks that were in the kit, although I did use some more pink. But yeah, no more of that bright purple. So that will be gone. So we decided to order that for Tuesday evening. So that was a nice random last minute change of dinner plans. And then on the Wednesday, we watched The Diplomat. I don't know if anyone else is watching that on Netflix, but oh my goodness, we are obsessed. We watched the first series, I should say, in like a day when it first came out. And we've been so excited for the second season to come out, and it ended on a complete boom shock. I need the next season immediately, but obviously we're going to have to wait another year for that. So yeah, we watched that on Wednesday evening, and then I was really struggling that day. So because obviously having been in person doing the interviews all day the day before, I was absolutely knackered, so I did end up going to bed and sleeping for most of the evening, and then I just put on The Princess Diaries, only for about 25 minutes in the end, but I just wanted a bit of a feel-good movie to just kind of round out the day. On Thursday, I'm just trying to remember what it is that I purchased. I know that I went shopping, but I just used this little gift bag from White Deer Stationery. I used one of the little bows from Sadie Stickers, and again one of the snowflakes that came on that Miss and Meow sheet, and one of those really old ovals from Crafts by Towie just to kind of layer over that. I just went back to check, and it was literally to mark going to Pets at Home. I went and picked up some really cute things for Wendy's birthday. So she was running low on the kind of tiny treats that you take with you on walks, and then when I was there I saw that they had these really cute multi-packs of biscuits, one that said it's my birthday and it was written in pink, and then had sort of little gift boxes and things, and was just the cutest thing. So as soon as I saw that, I knew that she had to have that. So that ended up coming home with us. You will see on Sunday, when it gets to Sunday, which was Wendy's actual birthday, we'd made such a fuss of it the whole week and the whole weekend, and it'd been such a build up to her turning 3 years old, and I didn't even mark it. So I will add in at the end, I went back and I changed the top section of Sunday when we get to it. None of that will look how it looks now, because I had to go back and add in Wendy's birthday, and I couldn't believe that. I was so disappointed in myself when I realised, but thank goodness I realised early enough to be able to go back and change it. So then on the Friday, I just marked, I quite liked marking Walk Wendy every day. I used the scripts from Paper Trail Plans, losing my voice there. The scripts are from Paper Trail Plans that say Walk Wendy, and I really liked choosing a unique box from the journaling pages for those every day, because it's really difficult for me to sometimes know how to pull those in. And again, I know some people do really creative ways of doing that, but I just kind of wanted it to look simple but decorative, if that makes sense as a description of anything. And then I used a really, really, really old bath sticker from Miss and Meow to mark having a bubble bath in the evening. On Saturday was such a wonderful day. I'd been so excited for this. My parents came over. They years ago had been watching the Marvel movies, starting with Iron Man and then working their way through, and they'd only got as far as I think the first Guardians film, and I was desperate for them to see Infinity War and Endgame because they are two of the best films ever. We went to see them when they first came out in the cinema, and it was such an incredible experience to see that with all these other Marvel fans. And it really felt like the end of an era. There'd been so much build up and context to that moment. And my parents don't have a very big TV, so we wanted them to come here and just have the experience on our TV. We've got a very specific setup at home because we both love watching movies and TV together. And it was so special. It was wonderful. We had the most wonderful day. I got in a load of snacks. We ended up ordering from one of our favourite takeaways for dinner, and it was just a really, really special, wonderful day. And I'd been looking forward to that for weeks and weeks and weeks, even though my mum can barely follow anything these days. But it was so she asked a lot of questions, but it was really good fun. And then on the Sunday, I had been really desperate. You can see that bit at the top. All that I'm doing now, all of this lion bit, that'll all be gone, and it will say Wendy's birthday instead. I kept the arch because it was really pretty. I had really wanted to go and see Heretic while it was in the cinema, because one of the movie reviewers that I follow on YouTube, she'd said the less you know about it going in, the better the experience will be. So I didn't watch a trailer. I just took her word for it that it was a really brilliant film, and it was scary. It was really, I don't think it would be as scary watching it the second time, but it was intense. I had to kind of close my eyes and look away sometimes just because I can't cope with the intense. Sorry, Wendy's having a good old scratch. I can't cope with the intensity of some of that sort of stuff, because it is a very intense, slow burning, gripping film. But yeah, there were some moments that were quite a lot. So this is the final spread. I'll add a bit in about the top corners. You can see how it's changed. But I hope you enjoyed this plan with me, and I will see you in the next one.